crochet crowd. Inspire, create, and celebrate. Let's learn something.
So welcome to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host Mikey, and today we're going to do the full diamond, and you can follow the colorway. It's on page number 2 if you're looking for it to be able to do that. So it's 6 colors all together, and you're going to want to keep the cohesiveness of the colors. So for the one diamond, you are going to need to make 12, and for the other colorway, you're going to need to make 15 of these. This tutorial today is going to take you how to do the full diamond itself, and then it's up to you to kind of change the colors. I will be changing colors on screen today. I'm using Caron Simply Soft Party yarn, just because I have 6 fun colors of that, but this here is using Bernat Fabwoolus, and because of my change in my crochet stitches with that particular yarn, I'm using a 5mm size H crochet hook, but if you are using the Fabwoolus, make sure it's a 5.5 size I. Without further ado, we're going to get ourselves and jump right into this. You can see the video chapters that are in the video description or pinned comment, and you can just jump to the different rounds that you'll want to do just in case you need a refresher, and then you can always use those time markers to restart a new one to go right back to the beginning without having to restart this video. Let's begin and let's start. My first thing I would do for you, if you are substituting colors in any way, I would write the number or the color number beside the letter here. So maybe this is black for me, and so on, and just work your way. So when you're looking at what color A, B, C, D, E, F are, if you're substituting colors, it's easier just to look at that as well. And what you can do on the ball band, which I would do if it were me, is that I would write the letter of the color as well, just as a double thing to make sure that you don't go wrong in any weird way. On page number 2 is the start of the instructions if you prefer to read this instead of following a crochet diagram. I'm a crochet diagram reader. I've been crocheting since I've been 14, and I learned to follow this just in case you want that as well. So that's on page number 4, and without further ado, let's get started right here. Starting block, and it's the center block, and there's a lot of written instructions, but it's actually pretty easy once we get moving on this thing. So there's round number 1, round number 2, and so on. So I'm going to get ready. I switched out gray or pewter instead of doing black so you can see my stitch work, and we're going to create a slip knot to begin. So what I need you to do is have 2 stitch markers available to you. I just used spare yarn, and we're going to begin the process of going and creating the first box, and then using the same color we're going to do our first rotation around that box. So to start, you're going to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Once you have your 7, you're going to go 4th chain from the hook, so just count backwards. So once, twice, 3, and 4. Get the back hump of the chain, it'll look nicer in the project, and double crochet the 4th chain. And I want you to continue to double crochet the remaining 3 that are here. So it's the remaining 3 chains. So the secret to this particular blanket is groups of 5. It'll always be in groups of 5. Okay, so with the chain that you skipped over, that's considered 1 double crochet, and then you see the other 4 here, so that makes up 5. And now we're ready to begin to rotate around this thing, but before you do, just pull up a loop and just go in behind one of the posts and grab a spare piece of yarn and just loop it through like that and have it come through. And this will represent the good side of the work, the right side of the work. So especially in the first revolution around, you're going to want to pay attention to that. And when you look at it from this perspective, that's the wrong side. With the tail hanging out, it's the right side. And we're now ready to begin the rotation to going around. Hold your hands right here, right now, and we're going to begin our first revolution. So Yarnspirations is asking us to put a stitch marker in on this beginning chain that we're about to do. They never put in tips unless it's critical, so we have to pay attention to that. And I need you to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Noticing that I've just left this kind of in behind, I'm not going to worry about that right now. You want to go third chain from the hook, so just pull up a loop and go 1, 2, and 3. And in the third chain here, I want to put in a stitch marker. This is going to represent the beginning of the next round when we come back around. And we'll pull it out as we need to in the future. And then put your hook back into the chain. If you think you can remember, then you don't need to, but I would do it anyway. So now we're going to continue along and we are going to work our way back down through this chain. So we know that it's 1, 2, 3. The fourth chain is where we're going to start our next double crochet. And just get one loop only. And double crochet the remaining 3. That will take you back to the project. Like the starting of what we did. So the answer is 5. Okay, so whenever we look at something here, it's got to be in groups of 5. So with that turning chain we skipped over, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the right side facing up, see how it's kind of twisted upside down? That's why I wanted you to put that so you can see it. And you were going to treat this like a corner to corner, and you were going to slip stitch on the bottom of the first double crochet that you have. And so that grouped it together, keeping the right sides facing up. And now we're ready for the next box. So in the next box, what we have to do is we have to go up, over, and back down. So to do that, right where you're sitting, you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and you're going to double crochet only the 3 double crochets that you can see. You can see a turning chain. We'll have to handle that differently. So, but for these 3, you'll double crochet in each. Now, because I had you go in the back loop of the chain, this looks like a regular row of stitches, but you're actually on the bottom side of the foundation. If it helps you to know that. I don't know if it ever does, but. So we now have 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need the 5th one, but we need to come back down here first. So what we have to do is we have to chain 3 and slip stitch into the turning chain to hold that down in that position before we can start the next box. Don't go into a space because it'll open it up. Go right into a turning chain and slip stitch. Okay, so you've gone up, over 3, back down, which is the number 5. And now we're going to start and make this box. So we're just going to keep on going. To build out a fresh new box, you need to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and go third chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4 chain. You're just going to double crochet back towards the center of your blanket, or your motif, I should say. So there will be 4 double crochets to get you back to the main project itself. This is very much almost like corner to corner. So without throwing off your judgment, make sure you see 5. So the turning chain is 1, and then you see the other 4, so that's 5. And with the right side still facing up, just in case you twisted, so make sure that right side's facing up, you are going to slip stitch to this one right here at the bottom. It's in this case, it's the top. And that'll hold that, and we have one more box to do, which is building on this side, just like we did it here. To build up, chain 3. And now you're only going to do the 3 double crochets that are next. And now we have to come back down. So 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch to the last one here. So see, there's a group of 5. This is part of the center group of 5, and you're just going to slip stitch there. And this is the end of this color. So what we need to do is end this color. Okay. And pull through. Okay, so then that's it. So we've already marked where our starting point is, which is right here, and that's where we're going to pick up and do your next color. So whatever color you decided, in my case, it'll be red. So back here on the diagram, we've just completed now the black area that we have here. So we're going to start our next one right here. Okay, and so we're going to build out, come back, and we're going to jump our way going all the way around. So there's only one round of that color, and then we change off again. So let's begin to do round number 2. To do round number 2, just start off with a slip knot and get your project with the right side facing up. And right where that stitch marker is, that's our first one. So you're going to attach it with a slip stitch. And now you're going to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you're going to go 4 chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's where you're going to double crochet that one, plus the other 3 that are left. So what I would do if it were me is that we stitch marked this corner of where we started. I would leave the stitch marker on the right side of the work so that you can see what side is the starting side. So when we get back around, we want to make sure it just stays on this side, so we'll be able to see that. Okay, so now you got your turning chain plus your 4, and you were just going to flip it up, make sure the right side is facing you, and you were going to slip stitch to this right here. Okay, if it's too open like that, what you can do here, just make sure you get 2 strands, and that would be more closed. So now we're going to work our way very much like corner to corner, working our way up like a stepping stair. So you're going to chain 3 to step up, and you were going to do the next 4 double crochets that are left. This is when it gets easy, my friends. You're just kind of following what's already there. And then you're going to slip stitch to right here to hold that there. Get the 2 strands, it'll look better. So this is going to be the absolute tallest part. So what we need to do is step up. So chain 3, and then only do the 3 that you have, because you can see we're going to step down on the other side of this. So double crochet only the next 3. And do you remember how to get back down? That's right, you're going to chain 3. So once those 3 are in, chain 3 and come into this one right here. It's your last one, right into the turning chain and slip stitch. Okay. So from here, we're already at the correct height, so we're just going to immediately just start double crocheting the first 4 in a row. So it's slightly different when you're walking down the stairs with this particular stitch, because your height was already at the right spot, and it will make sense as you're making this go. So that was only 4 of the 5, so we need to chain 3 to step back down into the spot. So now we're on edge. Okay, you can see that clearly. So how do you deal with that edge? Always the same way. You're going to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. How many chains back do you go? Did you say 4? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the back hump of the chain. Some people call that the back loop. And you're going to double crochet only 4 of those going back, because we're always looking for the answer to be 5. Noticing how the project is already starting to turn in my hands naturally, to turn upside down and keep on going. It's not upside down this way, it's just kind of rotating like a steering wheel. So once your 4 are in, so the turning chain plus the 4 gives you back 5, slip stitch to the top here. Get the 2 strands to hold that nice and stable. So now we're going to treat this like corner to corner. You're going to step up, chain 3, and do the 4 double crochets that remain. So I guess the only thing that you really seriously got to pay attention to is whether you're stepping up or stepping down. Once that's 4 is in, so the 4 plus the turning chain gives you back your 5, slip stitch to the top here. And now we're at the top piece. So we have to step up, over, and back down. So chain 3 to step up, double crochet the next 3, and then chain 3 will step back down. So 1, 2, 3. Come into your last one right here. And because we're stepping down, the last one that has to go in, and leave your tails all into the back, by the way. The next one is going back down. So what you're going to do is double crochet the first 4 and then chain 3 to come back down into your last one. So be very consistent about your chain work if you're going to use those back loops or not. So once you get that 4 done, you need 5, right? So your last one is going in. So 1, 2. See how that looks weird? We want to fix anything that looks weird. Okay. So I'm just going to retry my 4th one in. And now chain 3 to step down. So put this to the good side of the work so you can see it, and you were going to slip stitch then into your last one. And then this color is done. Okay, so you've gone all the way around now. So get rid of this yarn. We're going to be moving on to a color called pink for me. And we're ready then for the 3rd round. Just make sure you have all these ends secured in, and we can know where to start, okay, because this was how we started right here, and so we're going to start the next one right at the tip right there. Okay, let's begin to do that next. So looking to where we put the stitch marker on the first time right here, we're going to just shift out in the same axis going that way, create a slip knot, and that's where you're going to begin your next story. Okay, so you're going to go right into not the top of the 4th one, but into the turning chain. Just slip stitch. And then chain 7 will build out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 4 chain from the hook will come back. So 1, 2, 3. Get the back hump, it'll look nicer. Okay, so I'm gonna stick with you. I'm just gonna go into quiet mode, meaning I'm not gonna open my mouth too much. So remember, it's always 5, so turning plus the 4 gives you 5, and you gotta make sure the right side's still facing up, and you were going to slip stitch right here. So you're gonna treat everything stepping up very much like a corner to corner. So chain 3 to step up, and then do your other 4 double crochets there. So with the step up plus the 4 gives you 5. Slip stitch to the top of this one here. We're not ready for the center of the motif yet. We still have to step up and get there. So the top is right here. So chain 3 will step you up and do the other 4 double crochet. I can see my 5 is in there. Slip stitch to the top of this one right here. And so because this is the middle of the motif, we need to step up, over, and back down. So step up, chain 3. Only double crochet the first 3 in a row. And chain 3 will step us back down. So 1, 2, 3, and step back down. Now we're stepping down. We're already at the correct height, so we just are going to do your 4 in a row and step down, 4 in a row and step down, and we do that every time we're stepping down. Chain 3 will step down. Okay, you got another 4 in a row, or sorry, you got in this case, because it's the end, we're just going to only do the 4 in a row. And then the final one is a step down again. Okay, so chain 3 to step down, and to the top of this one. So we're now on a side piece right here. So in order to build that out longer in this distance, you need to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 4 chain from the hook. And double crochet the 4 to get you back to the project. It's critical to know that when you're coming back on these edge pieces that the right side is still facing up. In my case, it's on a table, so it has not flipped upside down, but if it's on your lap, make sure it's not flipping. So with the turning chain and the 4, that's your 5, and then slip stitch to here. So now we're going to treat this like corner to corner. So we need to step up, chain 3, and do the next 4 in a row. So the remaining rows or rounds are exactly the same. They just get bigger every time you're making them. So once your 4 are in, slip stitch, and you're stepping up because you're not at the middle one yet, chain 3, and do your next 4 in a row. Okay, top of the chain 3. So this is the very middle one. So because it's the middle one, we need to step up, over, and back down. So chain 3. Three double crochet in a row only. And then come on back down. So chain 3 to step back down. You're already at the correct height, so you're just going to double crochet what you can see. So you'll have 4 in a row first. And then you'll have to step down. One, 2, 3, slip stitch down to get you at the right height. I'm just going to move this stitch marker to the front side here, and I'm going to do the next 4 in a row. And because this is the final, we're going to step down on the final. After the first 4 are in, we're going to step down, so we're going to chain 3 and slip stitch to where you had started. So the remaining rounds are pretty much all of what I just showed you. They're just going to be bigger. So get rid of that color. I'm going to start with the next color, which will be purple for me. And I will see you in the next round as we begin again. And I don't need to go through as much detail because it's basically the same thing, but just getting bigger. We can see this is where we started. Make sure the right side's facing up and just follow it out. And so this is the 4th round. Attach it and then just naturally chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And 4 chain from the hook will take you backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So double crochet 4th one, and then the remaining 3 that are left. Because we want the beautiful number 5. Okay, 5th chain is in. Sorry, you got your 5 that you can see, and then slip stitch to here. So I've already shown you how to go up all the way around this thing. So as you're looking at it, you're going to step up and do your 4 double crochet, slip stitch, and keep on doing that. When you get to the middle, step up, over 3, step back down, and then keep on going. And then when you're back to this side, chain 7, 4 chain from the hook, and keep on going all the way around. So this will be round number 4, and it's exactly what I just showed you. It's just more to do, and I'll be right back at the end of the round. So I'm coming all the way back around, no big deal. So I'm just doing my final 4 that are in as that I've stepped down, and then I have to chain 3 and join right where I had started. So we're doing our final round here. This is number 5. Somebody's going to ask me, could I have kept this color? Yeah, you can, but you still have to fasten off. If you slip stitch along this, it's going to be very obvious on the front side of the work when you did it later, when you go to look at it from a distance. So you're going to attach till you see where this is. Just follow it straight on out. Okay, and then chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 4 chain from the hook, double crochet back. So if you've gotten this far in the tutorial, let me know how you're doing in the comments. Okay, so you got your turning chain plus the 4th, so that's your 5. Make sure the right side's still facing up, and slip stitch to to the beginning. So if it's a big gap like that, make sure you just get 2 strands. It'll hold it more secure together. And then you're just going to step up, do your 4, so chain 3, do 4, slip stitch, and keep on doing that until you get to the top. Tops, just step up, over, and step back down, and then keep on going around just in that same thing. Remember the edge, you're going to chain your 7, 4th chain from the hook, come on back, and you'll be finishing off at the end of this, at the end of the round. And finally, round number 6. So it's going to be the same color as the beginning one to have cohesiveness, and we just have to follow it along to where we had finished, like that, and this will be the start. So you're just going to join it and do what you already know to do. So you're going to chain 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 chain from the hook. So you're going to go all the way around on this final round, number 6, to finish off your motifs. Okay, so once your first box is in, okay, you're just going to join it. So make sure the right side is still facing up. Okay, and then you're going to treat it like a corner to corner. So you'll chain up 3, you do your 4 double crochets and slip stitch, and just keep on stepping up. At the top, you'll just go up, over, and back down, step down, and so on. So do this for the final round, and I'll be right back in a moment. So I'm all the way back around. I've chained 3 so I can step on down and then join it with a slip stitch, and you're done. So in the next part of this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to weave in the ends, but what you'll see on the sample is that this gray that I just did is missing because I had a mess up. So anyway, I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to show you how to weave in the ends using the pink here. I'm just going to show you how to weave in the ends. So, and I'll talk about joining stuff together later in another tutorial. And so what I'm going to do is just turn it to the back side of your square, and you're just going to weave in your pieces. So the trick to weaving it in is to not only just go between the strands, but if you jam the needle between plies as well, it gets really seriously stuck to the point where if you make a mistake, it's irreversible. So then when you come back, go back through there, but also capture that strand you just dragged over as well. And that's number 2. Noticing that I'm not pulling so tight that it's changing the shape. And you're going to want to do all of your ends the same way. So I would not kind of bury your yarn underneath existing stitches but with a crochet hook. I would literally use a tapestry needle, get it into play, and therefore it's completely clean like that. Leaving your stitch markers, you might as well, and you'll know what side is right and what side's not. You can see the physical difference between the two, but if you can't, just make sure you leave that in. So for stitches and giggles, I'll do the 2 version, and I'm going to do that on my own, and I'll need 15 of those, and I'll be right back to show you what that looks like in a moment. So I now just finished the second one, just keeping the color sequence what it suggested, and so you can see they have two different totally vibes, and so these guys will literally puzzle together in a way that is going to be awesome, and that's it. So what I need you to do is that I need you to get 12 motifs of the first coloring, and then 15 motifs of the second coloring, and then I will see you in the next video as we're continuing our journey together. Now how this puzzles together, I still have to work that out in my mind. Actually, I think that's it right there, and we will see you again in the future. That's it for now. We hope you have a good one.